forgot to adjust the camera settings this morning. All right, let me make sure I put most of the stuff that I'm looking for in the chat. So this morning we're looking for the ES for Bulls case. We need to hold 59.28 to 59.35. If we start looking for those, lose those areas and find support below that, we're going to be looking for shorts. I'll have to decide where I'm going to start looking for longs. I feel like it's going to be above 65. I think that 65 is the upward target. Then if you look at the hour chart, if that's the case, I think above 50, we start moving back up. We could, well, I don't know if we will. Hell, that's 250 points away. Woo, I don't know if we'll get there. All right. So let me go back to these numbers, just glance. So if we, I'm trying to see what our next down is if we lose that 28. All right. All right, we should be good to go. I got what support and resistant levels we're looking for on the ES. We do have 3-star news today, and we have Fed minutes at 2 o'clock today, and we also have a bond auction at 1, which usually don't move the market very much, but the Fed minute meetings should offer a little bit of movement. Let me get my one chart straight over here. This is my split chart. Definitely no trade starting out. As you can see, all of our EMAs are smashed together. And anytime you see all of our EMAs smashed together, you're going to get a lot of sideways trading. So hopefully when we open, we can get some separation and either find a trend. But as right now, you can see we're kind of trapped in between, what, 370 to 290. So we got a 80-point sideways trading that we're trading in at the moment. What's up, Java? So definitely no news this morning, Java, unless you're trading oil. We do have oil news, but the market moving news is probably not going to happen until after lunch today. I feel like that 65 is the next level up that we should be looking for. I saw that somewhere. Let me see. Because I think he said if we get above this 59.65 that we could make a squeeze back up to the 6,004 and 7. Okay, so we need to recover. That's it. We need to recover 59.65. Okay. That's what it is. All right, guys, market is open. I wouldn't mind seeing us pull back, maybe even back into the 30s, find support for a squeeze higher if we're going to be looking for longs today. Maybe fill in this gap first, even though I guess that is 100 points down. Let me get off of my funded account here before I make a mistake until we're ready. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to wait for another 5 or 10 minutes to kind of get through this messy price action here. I mean, like I said, also another thing I brought up is all of our EMAs are still kind of smashed together. So until we get some kind of like separation or trend going, we're just gonna have to kind of sit here and watch. These are some pretty massive 1 minute candles. Good morning, Caesar. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing myself, Caesar. Until we get some kind of trend going, I'm just going to kind of sit here and watch. What is the 150R? What do you mean by holding off 150R? I don't know if I know what that means. Or 15 minutes. Oh, 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. That's not 150, that's 15. Okay. Yeah, it took a minute for me to look at that. Yeah, 15-minute range is not a bad thing to wait for either. But we do have FOMC minutes today, so hopefully it's not choppy all morning. Also, the market closes early tomorrow for, I guess, the Jimmy Carter funeral. Not today, tomorrow for Thursday. So it'll be a half a day tomorrow. So I wouldn't mind seeing us kind of taking a reclaim of this 35 to 28, then move up from there. That would be a nice Adam Manzini kind of call out where we reclaim, move back down, retest those levels, then the bulls can take back over maybe for a squeeze higher. And like I said, that's 28 to 35. Some pretty crazy massive candles. I mean, these are like 51-minute candles. These 1 minute candles are insane right now. So if you're new here, I just started doing this split chart yesterday because I actually just figured out how to do it. But the charts on the top, this is the NQ, and the charts on the bottom is your ES. And these both are on 1 minutes. So as we brought up before we open, if you're just joining us, anytime that your EMAs are all stacked on top of each other, we are going to get this type of price action. By going back and looking at the last month, really there's only been about 2 good trading days a week for my funded accounts. Because I try to decide by like 9 or 10:40 or 10:15 or after 10 if I'm gonna trade fundeds for the day or if I'm just strictly going to do evals. I think out of last month, I only had like maybe 10 trading days for fundeds. Everything else was evals just because I try to just trade strictly trending days with funded accounts. Man, this thing is just running stops on both sides at the moment. I don't know if any of you guys have been trading for like, many years or not. I didn't. I only have ever traded during the Biden administration, and I didn't know if leading up to like a presidential change if the market's just kind of flat a lot. I wasn't sure how the market is leading up to a new president year. They're rattled a lot. Okay. Cause see, I wasn't trading when it went from Trump to Biden, so I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was like from just going from a different president. Here's the ES chart with the levels. The levels in the red is where we're looking to hopefully start looking for longs if these areas hold. So above 28 to 35 today, we'll be looking for longs if this areas can find support here. Below this level is where we'd be looking for shorts. All right. We're making looks like a nice little squeeze towards the 35. Let me look back. I can't remember. So as you can see, we retested this area. So if you go back and look early this morning, we retested the 28. See how we had a nice little fail of the 26 or 28? And then almost another little retest of the 35. Then it's been straight up. So this is the kind of action. This is what I'm looking for right here. This is why I said above 28, we're going to be looking for longs and reclaim 28 to 35, and we'll start looking for longs. But let's just say if it pushes down, pushes back into these levels and not continue up, then we'll look for shorts. But this is just like I said, this is just an example of what we're looking for at these levels for long and shorts here. And this might have already played out for this morning. So I'm not sure if we'll get back down to retest these levels. I mean, it's making a nice little flag here, but it's only the first. It's been almost a nice little flag setup if we had more separation between the EMAs. All right, there's your 20 touch. Oh, just gonna go right through it. See how that doesn't work the same whenever all your everything's clumped together? So still no trade for me. Even if this moves down, we're just going to watch it. You'll just have to take this bear flag at your own risk. If you, I mean, you would have got your 10 points, but it looks like it wouldn't have been no runner. My runner would have been stopped out if we'd have taken this one because we'd have been looking for 10 and a runner. I mean, these are the type of accounts, if you don't like little candles, if you just do not enter at the right time, it will just wreck you just because all these small body, big wick moves, those are like the hardest to me, especially when they're 30 points. Look at this 1 minute candle. We pushed almost down to the, what looks like what, 305, right at the 300s. And it started at the, in the 30s, close to the 40s. I mean, almost a 40-point candle. This is the type of price action that will just wreck me because I'm using like a 10-point stop loss. Hopefully this is just not the price action we're going to get until the Fed minutes that get released today. All right, so we're at the 15 minutes. The 15-minute candle was set. So your 15-minute breakout, if you like to play the 15-minute breakouts, the high is up at the 21,384 and the low is at 21,289. I haven't been doing the breakout, so I usually been trying to wait on the retest. Caesar, did I tell you like? I know you hear you always make coffee breaks. I got this amber coffee mug. If you like to drink coffee and trading, man, this thing will keep your coffee hot for a long time. And you can control the temperature and all kind of crazy settings. I don't have a link. I just know the name of it. I got it for a Christmas present from the wife. All right, we're about to hit those levels that we just talked about. I'm hoping get the same type setup, kind of like what we saw over here. This is if you're looking for longs today. Look at this 40-point rip, guys. We hit the 300. rip 40 points on these 1 minute candles. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. This is just coffee drinking, watching charts. This is all this is, Caesar. Nothing more but coffee drinking, watching. If you got a very tight stop loss, these are the candles you do not want to be trading, because whenever your candles are whipping 30 and usually 20 to 40 points, it's so hard to trade this, because then I use a 10-point stop loss. So I try to take most of my trades around the EMAs or bounces around the EMAs. This way I can kind of, you can get an idea about where it's going to go because of the EMAs. Oh yeah, you'll definitely get whipped out. It's crazy. We may have to go get another coffee refill. I was going to ask about that. I think I asked Methodical Man about the ATR. Is that a indicator somewhere that you can, is that something on TradingView, the ATR indicator, or is there something for Ninja for that? Okay, I'll have to look for it on, see if I can get it on Ninja, because I actually thought about that last week, the last time that we had this whipsawing action with the huge 1 minute candles, that I thought about getting that indicator, just so that way, if you know, if it looks like the average move per candle is like 20 or more points, it's probably best me to stay out of it. So we did bounce off the 35. Look, we hit the 35 exact. So maybe this is our bottom. Maybe we're finally at the bottom. We can start looking for longs. Okay. All right. All right, guys. So we're finally hitting the last 10 minute macro. This is what this here is for. Most of the time, that last 10 minutes of the hour is usually where we can start even looking for breakouts. Not saying that's going to be the case, but most cases, usually we'll get the breakouts the last 10 minutes of the hour. The last 10 minutes, first 10 minutes. Woo-hoo, 30 points. Yes, that is insane. If you don't get the correct entry with that, you're like, you're effed. All right. So it'd be nice here to see us have a failed breakdown of this 3528, retest it, and that'll put us a retest back into the 15 minutes. That could be a nice looking 15-minute retest trade. There's your 35. So I've been following these Adam Manzini levels for quite a while now. Anytime we usually get around these support levels, we'll get a lot of whipsaw action too. Like you'll get a lot of back and forth, especially on the NQ. Oh. As right now, this is definitely turning into a no funded account trade day. What is it? Is he? I bet you he's trying to. I bet you he's trying to do this move right here. So swing high, swing low. I'm not sure if he's on 30 minutes for anybody that plays these fail fair value gap trades here. For anybody that takes these, just kind of have to take it at your own risk. I'm not going to take this either. So if you follow these failed inversion gaps, what you would do is you would get long once we print above this. The only thing that worries me is that opening range high there. Sometimes you run into resistance at these opening range low and opening range high there. Oof. See, I'm wondering if we can lose this 35.28 and get a nice little waterfall down. But nope. The wall is still intact, guys, with the 59.35. I don't know. Sometimes when you see us like in this big trend and we don't get back to the bottom of the trend, as you can see, we almost are really in a 100-point trend. What, 285 to 385? I mean, you would think that you can get like a 10, 15, 20 points out of this, but they just have not really been in any setups. But a lot of times, if you follow these trends, let's say we're going back and forth, up and down, if one of them doesn't make it to the bottom, a lot of times, hopefully that'll give us the indicator that we're going to break out of the top. So 35 held. You got about what, 60, about 25 points if we print above this level. Yeah, it's a pretty massive idiot box. It's just ugly candles. All right. Let's see if we can get above this opening range high here. We're above the 35. Let's see if this opening range holds. Let's see if we get a retest. Retest, come on. Oh, no runner. It just slapped the 10 points and stopped me out like that. Oh, goodness. That was kind of scary. These are failed inversion trades. I wouldn't have taken this on a funded. That was just an eval only. I think we still go above the 15 minutes here. I haven't looked at some of the higher time frames yet for some reason. I don't know why. Usually I try to look at those. Yeah, there's the blast. This here is what like I said, these are failed inversion gap trades. So basically, what it is, you're looking for us to make some kind of like change of structure. And so what it is, we made a new low. We left a massive gap. The only thing about this is your R to R would have been so off skewed on this, because your stop loss should have been down here. You would have been looking at a massive stop loss. But most of the time, I don't even play them like that. I just do it automatically. What do you want to call it? 10-point stop loss, no matter what. I don't know if we missed that 3-minute, the 15-minute retest. Look, we pushed above the 15 minutes, pulled back, literally hit right on top of that 15 minutes, then went up another 20 points. All right, so now that our 35 has been retested a few times, so maybe we can start looking for longs now. So hopefully we can kind of get a little bull flag set up and draw some trend lines and see if we can find a long spot. Right now, we're just bouncing off that 15 minutes. That was another bounce off of your 15 minutes. I'm kind of looking for a 21 pullback here. I'm not going to take any off of this 9 EMA, so I might have to wait a little bit longer. Okay, so you call it the bounce off the 8 EMA. Nice. I don't use the 8. That was ugly. $317. Right now, we're just kind of bouncing off the opening range high here. Wow. So that's your 50% pullback here to 345. Oh, I see what's going on. So if you look at the ES, we're still below the 200 moving average. So that's where we're bouncing off of. Man, these candles are so big. 46. Still almost a 20-point candle. Mm. Insane. You said you were looking at the 317s? Oh, is this that bounce, the 317 that you were looking for? Ugh. Nice if you got that one. How many points did you go for on that one, Caesar? Did you hit the 317 for a long? All right, here's the, is that the 15 minutes? Yeah, the 15 minutes. All right, here's these levels once again, guys. Are you still holding your position, Caesar? Yeah, here's another failed inversion gap trade, but man, your stop loss had to be so big on that. $25s is the low here on the ES. They're all, what you said, 5 and 5. I'm not sure if I know what the 5 and 5 means. All right, we're at the low at the 220s. Oh, size. Okay. Two contracts, 5 points. Okay. Do you trade minis, Caesar, or micros? Oh, goodness. Wow, that's pretty good. 35 points already. All right. Here's the 28. So I think until we either get out of this area or lose these areas, that we might get some cleaner price action. I wonder if this would be a nice little bear flag all the way back up to the last time we drew a bull flag here. Just went straight down. It just kept going and going and going. What do you mean points? Are you talking, what's that, 7 trades at 20 points apiece? Or 20 ticks, I'm sorry. 20 ticks are 5 points. All right, there's your non-EMA pullback, and that's a retest of the 35. So let's just see if this was the failed breakout of the 35.28 level, or do we push back and it holds here? Oh, depending on market, yeah. I try to do micros most of the time. It seems like if I start getting into minis, I get myself in trouble with my accounts. This is just eval, guys. All right. Whew. I'm a runner. No love for the runners today, guys. Ugh. Yeah, if I lower down my risk, I could probably make some bigger bigger room look for that way I can risk a little bit more. Maybe that'd be the better way to do it today. I wish I'd have moved that one micro rope a little bit. Maybe I could have stayed in this short because I was looking for that low down there, the 31s, or the next swing down 31s. Oh. So we talked about this kind of earlier too, where I said if we push below 35, we traded back into the 35, found support, and luckily it just kind of worked out where we did it into a bear flag where we could have drew us a little trend line, had a nice 4 or 5 candles. Didn't quite get to the 21 EMA. We just are just not having good follow through at the moment. We pretty much just pushed down and got stopped. Next, whew. I've never been good at that, Caesar, where you put in resting orders. Okay, so just similar to the Manzini levels, kind of what we're doing here. All right, so like I said, above 35, we're looking for longs, and below this level, I mean, so now we're kind of going back into looking for longs again, as long as we find support above 35. Huh, we'll have to look into that one. And there, huh. How long have you been doing that where you just play the bounces, Caesar? You've been doing that for a while? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It definitely takes the stress off if you can put resting orders. Lately, I've been just, you're here a lot, just been trading breakouts and failed inversion gap trades. You've been trading for 7 or 8 years. This is going on. This will actually, I just got over 2 years. I've been doing this for 2 years now. What's up, Ponzi? Thank you, Caesar. Woo, it's been a pretty nasty day, Ponzi, with a lot of up and down 100 points. It's definitely been a nice little trending day, but a lot of big candles, so it's definitely been whipping some people out if you're trading small stop losses. We've taken a couple of small little trades. We haven't really made a lot. I think we're up 53 on one and 78 on the other. We took one inversion play back here where it was a failed fair value gap. And we also took this little bear flag setup, which we didn't really get any follow through. All right, so we are at the initial balance level. So your initial balance is going to be 231. And this is also your 15-minute candle here that we're kind of bouncing off here at the 90s. For anybody that likes trading the 15-minute candle and the initial balance candle. I think we're just going to have to wait till we get away and decide what the market wants to do around this 35 to 28, because that's kind of the range that we're in on the ES. We've been in this range going on 30 minutes. We kind of popped in this range about what, a little after 10:10. And so we're just waiting for this range here to decide which way it wants to go, or, you know, which direction we want to go. And then we'll decide what bias that we're going to be leading into. So like I said, above 35 we're looking for longs, below 28 with support we're looking for shorts. Ponzi, did you ever get all your vehicle fix? Did you say the last couple weeks ago or a week ago you were working on a vehicle? Or you were putting a vehicle in a shop? I can't remember if you said you were working on it or if you were putting it in a shop. So as right now, this is gonna look like a no funded account trade day today. I was considered doing a funded account trade back up here whenever we pushed up and we were making this nice little bull flag here, but just could not hold and had a pretty deep sell off. So that trend line is basically no more. Oh, too cold to be outside working. I know they're saying we may actually get some snow this Thursday and Friday. We'll have to wait and see. Also, guys, remember the market's going to be closed. The market's actually closed tomorrow, but I think futures is still open till lunchtime. So I think that's for the Jimmy Carter's funeral. I think that's why they're doing that tomorrow, for his funeral. If I'm not, I thought that's what I saw that somewhere. It's also Fed minutes today, so this is also a reason why we could just be getting this crazy price action. We just wait for Fed minutes today. Maybe. Well, I don't know about tomorrow either. Okay, so it is Jimmy Carter's rest day off. Okay, I thought I saw that somewhere. Wow, look at this nice freaking crazy. What was that? A 40-point candle? Holy crap! Is there news? Oh, insane. Those right there were FOMO candles. You see that big old candle, like, oh, let me jump in. You jump in at 340 and it pulls back on you. See, I don't ever really follow the bond. I mean, I see it as far as news go, but I don't follow it as far as like what happens with it. Oh goodness. Man, these 40 and 60-point candles, I mean, if you can just get in at the right time, you're just getting massive rips. But if you're in the wrong direction or you try to jump in FOMO on this stuff, it will just wreck you. Woo. Look at this crazy rip off of 35. This is just insane. All right. Retesting this big. We had a big imbalance gap here. That imbalance gap was almost what, 20 to 45. It's almost a 25-point imbalance gap here. I wonder if that was just a gap fill in, so it didn't leave it behind. Filled in this gap here is all that did for that big move up. Probably won't be taking this either. It's just, I don't really like taking longs above the 200 moving average whenever your 9 and your 21 and 50 are all below the 200. And it's the same over here on the ES. You got a resting order on the 5-minute level at the 420s. Man, this 35 has just been a straight magnet today. All that was there is for us to pull back, re-sweep this imbalance gap. I mean, it's almost like we're just going back and forth, clearing up these imbalance gaps on the ES. All right, so you said what? That's 100 points away. Whew. I wouldn't mind taking some trades up to the 420s. But I definitely can see that's where I also had that. No, that's not the 420s up here. I had that 420 marked over here for something. I don't remember what for. Hopefully everybody is surviving today as far as their accounts go. You said your 4-minute came off a 5-minute chart, Caesar? I kind of see what you mean. There's a yeah, you can definitely see where we had a lot of consolidation here in those levels between that 420 to 430. Yeah, so what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a big trend level. Yeah. Kind of see what you mean by how ugly these 5-minute candles look. I mean, it's just pretty much barcoding sideways on the 5 minutes, besides this one breakout here. You want to see something really ugly? Look at this 1 hour candle. it's like wicks on both sides. Let's see. This will be your 4 hour chart. Let's see, 15 minutes. Even the 15-minute candles are kind of ugly today. Whew. Is methodical man full port in this garbage? I mean, I guess it's almost like some breakouts with some of these crazy candles go long and short. You only need 20 points. Maybe as close we get to the 10:30 time frame, we'll finally get some kind of movement whenever London closes. Or 11:30. 11:30, I'm sorry. All right. I may even go and write down no funded account trade today, so don't attempt myself with no funded accounts. We're just going to trade evals only if we find a setup. Because usually your funded trades, I like to find those within the first, say, hour and a half of the market open. Usually between the 10 and 11 o'clock hour, to me, it seems like those are the, still got decent volatility. You get a nice little setup. Those are usually my favorite times to look for setups. I may go grab a cup of coffee and come back and give me about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Whatever how long it takes for the coffee machine to run through its process. You told me. All right, we'll be right back. We're gonna go grab some coffee. Maybe we'll come back and there'll be this big move that we can lead into a nice little bull or bear flag. Yes, breaking out. So this is your 10 macro time for the 1 hour here. Big, massive imbalance gap. So, like I said, this is the reason why I don't like trading around the opening ranges here, because we always are running to resistance. Hmm. All right. Still cannot get through those 57s. We also have the initial balance up here. Also, we got the 15 minutes. So definitely have a lot of targets to the upside. Yeah, it's starting to look fairly bullish. All right, so we are working our way above this opening range high. A lot of times, if we can get above one of these levels, like your low or high, we'll stay above that level for a decent move to the upside. Would make it a lot nicer if the 21 and the 9 were up here by it in this way. All right, so definitely start to get some separation in between your EMAs. So it's starting to look really good now as far as a trend level goes. So hopefully we'll just be a little bit more patient. Ugh. Woo, this is brutal today, guys. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Definitely got to have the patience in here. We've just taken basically all we've taken today is just a few little scalp moves. I mean, we're not even really up that much. We're up 53 and 78. I was down $25 on this account. I tried to take a little trade before the market opened and was in a hole about 25 bucks. So these should both be about the same because I didn't get anything on the runner this morning. What is what is methodical man doing over there? Is he short or long? Wow, look at this crazy drop here, guys. Insane. All right, there's your 50%. I've taken trades off of this level too. This is your 50%. So you would have at least got 10 points if you would do, if you're comfortable doing resting orders. Man, every single imbalance play is getting filled. Look, pull back, fill the imbalance, move back up. So this is something that I've been working on a lot lately for the last, say, month, is try to make the decision, what is a good funded account trade day? And today is not the day for me. So I try to strictly just trade trending day for funded accounts. Whenever price action's whipping back and forth, we just do eval only. This way, if you take a couple eval losses, it's not that big of a deal compared to, taking a big loss on your funded account. Let me make sure I am on my eval so I don't make that mistake. All right. Didn't know if this 50% here would hold at 318 is your 50%. Almost. Yeah, I almost thought about that one. That one's actually not too bad because, like I said, it's right below that 50%, but it's still super whippy. You're waiting for the cliffs. I've been super cautious about my trading today, brother. We've taken a couple little scalps for 10 points. Like, we've taken 2 little scalp plays for 10 points with no follow through, and we're only up 80 and 53 today. So I've tried to stay really strict today just because of the price action. I almost took this one here. I was very tempted to take this failed fair value gap trade, and why I really liked it is the fact that we're below this 50% mark here at the session mid, because we got below it, we retested it, but I just couldn't pull the trigger in time. I think Methodical Man, he took that one. I think I saw him. He got his 10 points or 12 points on it. Almost a 30-point trade if you'd have took it right off of the session mid. But every trade today's been super questionable. Oh, did you take that one, brother? I didn't take it. I had it marked out to take it, but I hesitated. Nice. I'm glad you can knock out a winner there, brother. Oh, goodness. Let's see if we just fill in this gap. Retest. Let's see what happens at this 50% mark here. No, that shit went right through it. Oh, the ES just freaking. Above the session mid. That stuff, man. It's just. Uh, wow, look at this nice bounce off of this freaking 50% mark. Today is the day to not get FOMO on some of these breakout candles. If you're not catching the bottom of this candle, I don't recommend jumping in, because what happens is if you get FOMO, you jump into this and this thing pulls back 20 points on you. Just trying to see if we find support at this opening range low in the VWAP here. Nope, it's selling right back through. So this is kind of what I was meaning about today's price action. You see this nice breakout candle, you're like, oh, I'm gonna hop into this because this is kind of the stuff I used to get wrecked on. And I would end up jumping in like at right here or something. It'd go up a few more points, then literally just pull back 20 points. Hmm. Ooh. We're still just kind of waiting on a trend day. So what we want to see here is you want to see your 9, 21, and 50 all be above the 200 moving average if we're going to be looking for longs. Because as long as your moving averages are below your 200 moving averages, this is the type of price action you can expect. So the ES is trying to get there, so hopefully the NASDAQ can follow. And you start maybe building a nice trend for the next couple hours leading up to the 30-year bond auction and the Fed minutes. How many accounts did you end up in the red today, brother? Did you just do one account, or are you trading funded accounts, or? I mean, it don't really hurt my feelings to be red on my evals. I mean, evals are, you're going to have red day on evals because those are usually the accounts I'm pretty aggressive on. I think I'm just going to go ahead and mark me a no trade day for my fundeds, though. Was that a copy trading, brother, or is that individual trading? Oh, copy trading. Whew, 20 accounts at one time. Oh my goodness. The most I've ever done is 3. And that's what I'm doing now. I got 3 accounts that I'm copy trading on my fundeds. But I don't ever copy trade evals though. I usually trade those individually, the evals. We still got about what 20, 13 minutes before London closes. Maybe we'll get some fireworks around that time. Okay, the evals you copy trades, the PAs you do individually. I think I would probably do something like that if I didn't stream, but I take so many trades on the stream sometimes, so it's just easier for me to do that with the evals and not funded accounts where I'm just looking. To me, I feel like I just need to find one good trade a day for my fundeds. Whenever I tell you guys I'm trading evals, that means I'm taking more aggressive trades, not really necessarily setups. You do funded pre-market? Yeah, I've been watching. Are you over there in Trips Lobby pre-market? I see that he does a lot of pre-market trading. I think I said his name right. I'm not sure. Does it say, is it Trip, something like that? I wish I could get my trades pre-market. Yeah, Rip. That's how you say it. Rip. I was saying Trip. Rip. That's it. Sometimes he hit max loss today. Yeah, I listened to his. I didn't listen this morning. I've listened the last couple mornings, but I don't ever take any of the trades they call out in there. Or I just I just watch and listen. I've never had lot of luck with pre-market, so I try to just stay away from it. Woo! All right, finally, see if we can get this big push up with some kind of bull flag setup here. You want to see some separation between your 9, 21, and 50. You want to get away from this 200 moving average. All right, that was a woo. The FOMO would have got you. Hopefully, he didn't jump in at the top. I used to be, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be bad about that when I first started trading. I tried to catch these breakout candles, and you would jump in right at the top and it pull back 30 points. Oh, goodness. All right, so the next target up's probably going to be 65 on the ES. So we got a nice to the upside. We just got to see if we can find an entry in this mess. Woo, look at that thing. Trying to, what's that? 70 pullback, almost 25 points. There's nothing like Fed meeting days that will just rip your heart out. I'm gonna mark this as FOMC day, kinda. Minutes. All right. All right, guys. If you haven't heard from other lobbies, I want to say it's only a half a day tomorrow. So the market's supposed to be closed tomorrow for, I guess they're doing a day of silence for Jimmy Carter tomorrow. Oh, goodness. Finally are getting some separation finally. So if we can just be patient, wait on this separation, I think we can find maybe a couple more trade on the eval. We find a little bit of support at that opening range high there. Liking the separation finally. I've got 5 minutes before London closes, so gotta be mindful of that because a lot of times we'll get some kind of quick jolt. Around that 11:30. There's your 9 touch. It's definitely looking very bullish at this moment. We just gotta find a good candle entry, and these type of candles are really hard to enter off of. All right. The ES just touched to 20. I just hope that wasn't the top of the range, then we freaking sell back down. That's what would suck. We just exploded back through the freaking 21. Last time we had some kind of setup like this, we went straight back down. That was over here, back around 11 o'clock this morning. That was a dirty close on the inversion gap trade, as you can see. Oof. That sucks, man. We were getting this nice trend move up, and we're just coming right back down. All right, less than. We may get some kind of big move right here. We got what, less than. We got 1 minute. Oh, here's the London close. Eh. Let's see if we get above this level here. Take some aggressive trades here. Whoo. Most of my trades, I'm probably going to go to break even fairly quick just because of how whippy it is. I thought once this gap fell when we pushed back through, but like I said, you got to be mindful of these opening ranges. These are really good indicators if you're looking for like some type of support and resistance, because we always either bounce around these once we're above them, or you know, the range will change. So over here you can look, we never even printed above this freaking opening range here. I wish I was in a little bit sooner. Damn it. Don't know if we'll get a retest of this area or not. I'm looking for this level to hold up here. Couldn't pull it. The trend is definitely looking upwards now, so we just got to try to find some entries. right, we're still finding support at that 57. So everything probably moving forward is just going to be eval trading, just trying to scalp trying to get 10 points is the goal. So try to get 10 points with a runner. It finally goes. Dang it. I kind of had a feeling as soon as we got printed above that opener range high, we're going to get a nice little move up. But today's like today. It's so hard to take this stuff because we've been tricked out. You've been fooled so many times. Ma'am. Go. All right, that's your 15 minutes. Good morning, crypto. That 85 is your 15-minute breakout. That sucks. We got a little entry above this opener range high, but we paper handed it. All right, next bounce you're looking at is your 15-minute bounce here at the 85s. All right, so here comes that 65 on the ES. If we get above that 65, we definitely should be going to the moon for the rest of the day. That was the 15-minute bounce. Woo, have you traded a lot today, crypto, or have you been sitting on your hands? Now that we finally got some good separation, hopefully now we can get that nice 21 pullback here. Nah. Nope. Yeah. There's your IBH hit. So usually you want to see like some big rippage through here. We do got a lot of support sitting up at the 420s. There's 65 on the ES. This is the one area that Caesar bought up earlier. This 420 area where he said you might see some. I think he had a resting order sitting there too. So would have gave you 10 points. And we bounced off that 65 level that I have marked in red. Damn it. Hoping for a 20 pullback here. We pretty much, that was your 15 minutes. I mean, that was like perfect off the 15 minutes. This is the 15 minutes, and we bounced literally off of that 15 minutes and freaking shot up freaking 20 points. Initial balance. Still pretty massive big candles that we're getting. Do we finally get a little flag set up where we can trade back into the 21? We also got this imbalance down here that we could fill in. We're not going to take anything unless we pull back and touch the 20. Back above the IBH again. I don't know. Do you get 10 points if you'd have taken that? That would have been a hard 10. No. So we got to our next target up, which was the 65. So 65 is what we're hoping the next breakout will be. You've been breaking the 30% rule with this crazy price action, I'd imagine. Yeah, I've taken a few trades today. I tried to get this long right here earlier, but I missed out on it. So we're like $6 in the hold there. Taking two smaller trades earlier this morning. So far, no PA trades today. Or not no P, yeah, no funded account trades today. And I've gotten no big moves. All my runners have been stopped out all morning long. I don't ever break that code, crypto, because not on Fundits, because I do a strictly 10-point stop loss. I just do a strictly 10-point stop loss, crypto. That was probably the bounce. Let's see if this holds. If this doesn't hold, you got this imbalance down here. Or is that the 15 minutes? Yeah, that's the 15 minutes also. Ooh, so right back to the. Yeah, this is. What's up, Outer? How are you doing today? Oh, nice, nice on the one trade. It's been a tough trading day today, Outer. Eh. I mean, the 15-minute right now is being a wall. This is getting ugly. Maybe we can just push down in, fill in this imbalance gap at the 69s, then move up. You think all the way back down, Ponzi? Oh my goodness. I was all excited about possibly the longs, and now we're just chopping back down. Look at this nasty, nasty candle. Holy goodness. Back above the 15 minutes again. Oh. I thought we would maybe get another push to the upside on the ES back up to the 65. It looks like it wants to push back up that way. That's just the eval. And we'll go to break even quick. We only got a 6-point stop loss right now. Super tight stop loss. May even do 5. Yeah. That way it only cost us what, $60, $50, $60? Yeah. I was hoping about the third or fourth time we got back above this 15-minute opening range, we'd make another little push back up. You threw the long bomb. You bought January 20 to put a trade on. Holy goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, you put that on Tesla. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tesla's only going to go up because of, you know, they're constantly pushing the electrical cars pretty hard. Okay. Oh, methodical man still on the trick. Ooh, this thing's downtown. All right, there's your opening range high. Next target down is probably going to be your 200 moving average here. I don't usually follow anything that Elon Musk. I guess I don't. I mean, I know of him, but I don't know as far as what information he's out there with. We're gonna get a 200 bounce. There's the 200. Let's see if we get back through this range. Yeah. Comes your VWAP touch. I thought as soon as we bounced off the 200, we'd have a deeper pullback than that. And you would think that we'd want to pull back into the 9, the 20, and 50 to bring them down. Oh, insane. How's everyone doing today? Oh, did you catch the reversal? Man, I just sit there and watched. I was looking for longs. You're getting chopped up today, Eric. Yeah, it's been a tough day. I've been trying to just be as patient as I can today. Uh, the only thing I tried to take a little long while ago and got stopped out, and so we're only in the red, $60 on one account. The other two accounts we were able to find small trades this morning. There's your session mid. That's your 50% pullback. Man, you would think we'd get some kind of pullback here. Damn, sold right through the 50% too. So, I thought maybe we'd get a bounce here for it push back up into the 200s, the VWAP, and all this area. I wouldn't mind getting some of this short if we can get some kind of pullback and some kind of entry. It looks like we're going back to the 35s again, honestly. I mean, we didn't reclaim the 65s up there. That was another support level, and we bounced. And so now it looks like 35 on the ES is the next level down, more than likely. Mm. Man, we found support at that 50%. I guess you can almost look at this as your 50% pullback for the lunch hour. Didn't really offer me an entry. I was hoping for a better looking bear flag setup. And like I said, I feel like 35 is going to be your next target down. Just got to have to find a way to get an entry without having such a massive stop loss. Because that's been, if you kind of go to the left, that's been the magnet today, 35 to 28. Well, and like I said, I usually don't enter very well on these consolidation breakouts. I usually like it better when we make a bear flag breakout. I wonder if Caesar, did you? I'm not sure if he's still in here. Did you get that 420 target buy in that you're looking for? Wow, we done sold 120 points down. Insane. It's not that we haven't had good movement today. The issue is it's been so hard to find entries. And then when you finally miss the entries, you get some kind of big breakout, then you have to sit here and watch. So, oh, oh. Mm-mm-mm. There comes a 35 target. Let's see where we're at now. Are we back at the bottom of the range? Yeah. So this is your 15-minute range on the bottom side. There's been a lot of support in this area here if you kind of look to the left. So a lot of bounces off here. And that'll also put it on the same target with this 35 level. Everybody's running money and credit. So true. Yeah, unfortunately, some rent goes way high. Some of the rent raises are out of some people's control because of taxes and insurance. But usually it's not that much unless they jack up your taxes and insurance a lot. I was worried that uh, my one of my insurance policies was going to go up a lot this year, but fortunately it didn't because we had to file an insurance claim early this year when the house got hit by a tornado. So, but it didn't really go up that much. What happened a couple years ago when rent skyrocketed is everybody took their equity out of their homes and they took max equity, refinanced it at lower interest rate. So if you were renting, more likely you had to pay those higher rental costs. Everybody that was sitting on, rental properties for years. If we could get some kind of bear flag setup, like it seems like every time we look for some kind of bear bull flag setup, it just continues to sell. Wow. I mean, literally at this point, you can almost follow the candles down in a stair step. Especially on the 2 minute candles. I don't know if anybody's ever looked at that or not. Like on if you look at the 2 minute candles, if you could have got your entry, literally, you could have just put your stop loss at the previous top of the candle. I don't know. There would have been pretty close, but it's just been stair stepping. All right. Finally, some kind of pullback here. Let's see if we can follow a nice little trend line to the upside, but may not get through this 15 minutes here. So that's a kind of another little strong wall here at the 90s. All right, that was your 9 touch. We're looking for a 20 touch if we can get it. I don't even know if we can get it. We haven't had no pullbacks. It seems like every time I've waited for a 21 EMA pullback, we just go straight back up. They got the money. goodness. Wow, look at this. Freaking 20 points here. That's insane. What sucks is whenever you have trading days like this, it makes the entry so much harder to jump in because you're just scared you're just going to get your face ripped off. All right, come on, 21. That was our 9. Have a hard time pushing down, so maybe this will be our 21 touch. Get a pullback back into the 300s. Nope. All right, so we're getting back to that one level that we fought all morning, which is the 59.35s. We lose 35, your next level down is going to be 28. Then 28 is going to be your line in the sand for the shorts. Even though we already been selling off all morning. But you could look for a really, even a bigger sell off if we lose that 28. That sucks. We only got like a small pullback. Man, what was that? 40 points already? Not really sure what that is. Okay. Had a lot of support in the 40s here. Did anybody catch this short down? Ponzi, you're a shorty man. Did you catch the short? Nice. I was still looking for longs whenever this sold back off. When we were at that 15 minutes, I was hoping we'd move back up and retest the 65s again. $20. Oh, right here. Wow, nice. Man, I'm just getting left behind everywhere today, guys. It's been so hard for me to pull the trigger. I'm like being all trigger shy over here. There's your initial balance. That was your initial balance play there, but like I said, I didn't pull the trigger on that one either. We sold through, pushed back up, hit the initial balance, then freaking ripped down almost 40 points. Insane. Ugh. What is this? Almost a 200-point move so far. Where do we sell off at? 400s. And yep, 200-point move right now. I'm working on 300. Let's see. Where's my ES? So next level down is gonna be your 18. I wouldn't mind seeing a retest of this 28. That's kind of what I would like to see. Either a retest or back up through it. Man. Man, this trading has just been insane today. Yesterday I did pretty good in this market, but today has been really hard for me today, crypto. I'm still having that bias from this morning from all that whipping. And so it just makes it so hard to enter some of these because I don't know. I do not feel comfortable with the trades today. Bond auction at 1. Yeah, we have bond auction plus what is it called? Fed minutes. Man, look at this, what, 40, 50? Look at this 50-point rip off of the pivot, man. It's just insane. I wouldn't mind seeing a pullback back into the 30s here. Maybe get a pullback back into your initial balance low. Maybe we can find something off of that. This was just a 20 touch here. I think we got a wick test at the 20s because I think that was the low a while ago. So we got a wick test at the 20s possibly. You're long to the 203s. You said you got long at 203? Right now we're kind of retesting that 20. That was a previous low there. Trying to spread these candles out a little bit because you don't really get an idea how big some of these candles are when they're scrunched. Get above below this 200 maybe. Kind of bounced off that freaking 200. That's what I was worried about on that short. Try it one more time. Come on. Still getting stuck at the... Yeah, it's probably going to get stopped out on this one. Son of a bee. I think that put us down like 195. We're back above that. Let's see what happens at the 20 here. Oh, don't tell me it's going to go down now. I mean, that was the IBH. It bounced right off of the freaking IBH there. All right, back at that 200 level. What time is it? See if we get back above this IBH here. We done retested it once already. Ah, I tried to get that off of there. This will probably be my last trade of the day here. Okay. That took our profit back down to $1.50 or negative $1.50. I think it's time for me to walk away so we don't continue trying to look for trades and this stuff. Oh, don't tell me it's going to go now. I was wondering if this IBH is going to hold for a move back up. Try it one more time. One last, see if we can get one more little push here. That would clear out this eval. I mean, this imbalance. It doesn't look like we're going to get it. Looks like we're already at break even. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching today. We're going to walk away from that. Just thought we'd give it one more try. Probably, if you were going to try that, we had to probably be in closer down to the initial balance. All right, guys. We'll see you guys in the morning. Thank you guys for watching.